I'm standing in front of what's known as the UN buffer zone in Cyprus, which divides the Turkish-controlled part of Cyprus in the north and the Republic of Cyprus in the south. This border runs right through the capital, Nicosia, and is where Pope Francis will be starting his papal visit. Cyprus is an island in the Mediterranean Sea with a population of 1.2 million. It has seen an enormous influx of immigrants over the past number of years, coming through Turkey, from Syria, across the Middle East, parts of Africa. In fact, Cyprus has the highest number of asylum seekers per capita in the EU. And every day, outside the Church of the Holy Cross in Nicosia, hundreds arrive looking for help.
I'm struggling at the moment to find a job. That's why I'm come here to, they're gonna help me, Caritas.
Caritas and welfare also, those can help us because those know that we are coming from another country.
Social welfare application, okay?
Caritas Cyprus works with them, helping them fill out their papers, apply for jobs and find accommodation. Elizabeth Cassanias is the executive manager.
Please go under the cover. Right now, we just can't keep track of the numbers. Just before COVID in 2020, we were getting probably visitors to our migrant center here in Nicosia, probably between 100 and 150 people a day. They need to find their way to the social welfare office. They need to find their way to the medical services. They need to figure out how to find a home, a job.
Pope Francis will come here and pray with the migrants, which will be symbolic of the entire 4-day trip.
Yeah, call me Father George because it's easier way to translate from Polish to English, Italian, Giorgio, George, it's fine.
Father George is the Vicar General of the Latin community and is also in charge of organising the papal visit in Cyprus. Why do you think Pope Francis has chosen to visit Cyprus now?
Very good question. This is a question that I put to myself. One Pope is coming to Cyprus, but I have one very easy answer, or easy it's for me. He is choosing peripheries. And Cyprus is in the periphery of Europe, and a small country, small Christian Catholic communities. So this is the first, I think, a reason that Pope is showing closeness to the people that are not in the top of numbers of importance.
Prior to the trip, the Vatican announced that Pope Francis would be taking a number of refugees from Cyprus back to Italy, where work was underway to grant them asylum, offering a lucky few out of the thousands the chance at a new life.
I have a dream, like I just want to be a great man, I just want to work, I just want to have something to do to survive my family.
Another special moment will be Pope Francis's meeting with Chrysostomus II, the Archbishop of the Orthodox Church, which is the major religion here. It is part of the identity of the Cypriot people. And the relationship between the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church has often been tense. It's hoped that this meeting could help improve the relationship between the two.
I'm coming to you to listen to you and to open the ways of mutual understanding. The motto that we have chosen for this visit is comforting each other in faith.
Then it will be to the country of Greece, with a population of 10 million people, where the Pope will visit the capital. With the Parthenon, which has been standing for 2,500 years, and the birthplace of democracy, Athens. In 2016, Pope Francis travelled to the Greek island of Lesbos at the height of the refugee crisis. He will return to hear similar stories of families who say they are fleeing their homeland, like the Al-Azawi family, who fled Syria in a boat.
As soon as the war began, we started looking for a safe place, but unfortunately they kept bombing every city. And that's when we realized we had to flee the country.
This apartment was provided by Caritas Greece, and the family are now waiting to hear if their asylum status will be accepted or if they will have to leave. Caritas are doing the best they can to assist them.
The Catholics are helping everyone. They don't think about religion. They help anyone who is in need, regardless of their faith.
Greece is predominantly Greek Orthodox. There are only around 100,000 Catholics, all made up of different cultures and backgrounds. Father Theodoros Kontidis is the newly appointed Bishop of Athens.
Like a mosaic of different colors and people. So we have the Polish community, the Filipino community, the Nigerian community, the Syrian community, etc., etc. So many different groups and communities. And so it is a challenge to unite all those different people. It's something important for us to think and to see our faith and our church in a new way.
What will this visit of Pope Francis mean to Greece and to Catholics here?
It's something very special. I hope also it is important for those who are far from the church, and this could be an opportunity to think again and to ask themselves, what about my faith?
What about the relationship with the Greek Orthodox Church? What is that relationship like?
Sometimes it is very easy for the people to imagine the Pope as the image of a religious imperialism toward the East. And perhaps sometimes in the history has been like that. But it is not true today. And we have to know better each other.
Although the Catholic Church is a minority in the country, like Cyprus, it provides a large outreach to those in need. At this clothing pantry, JRS volunteers Mariam and Susan are helping migrants who are coming looking for clothes.
The stories are terrible, and we can, as human beings, we should understand that we have to integrate them in the society and not shaming them and having all this climate of fear.
You really see how unfair everything is. It's really frustrating, but you also see how with small gestures you can help people or brighten at least their day.
And here in this soup kitchen, Caritas provides hot meals every day to families all over the community.
We prepare the food and then we put it in these bags, and then we take them out, and the people that come, we give it to them right here off the street, so it's wonderful.
Georgia is from Greece and is one of the volunteers, and has built a strong relationship with many of the people she has helped over the past 10 years.
The people who are next to you smile always, and whoever gives to a poor, to a sick person, gives to me, said Jesus. Have a good day.
And it is here in the Greek capital that Pope Francis will bring to an end his Mediterranean papal visit. And after the suffering caused by the pandemic and the recent financial crisis, of which Greece was one of the worst affected countries in Europe, the Vatican released a statement saying that they hoped the Pope's visit would offer a ray of light for Greece and its people. In Athens, Colin Flynn, EWTN News in Depth.